So I have with me today Erik Lehmann from Game Changers, and he is a member on the Modern Dad Council. So Erik, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about who you are and what the Game Changer movement is that you're creating.
Mm, wow, thank you so much for having me on. It's been a great time so far, and I look forward to a fun future. Well, first and foremost, I'm the father of three amazing kids. They're 14, 11, and 9 years old, two girls and a boy, and I'm working diligently to get better at my job description of dad every day. So, and I'm learning that it's not a linear um, situation by any means. So there are days where I'm really feeling on top of the fatherhood role model, fatherhood job description, and there are days where I could use a lot of help. And the Modern Dad Council has already served tremendous value to my own job description as dad. So that part is awesome. And more globally, I've created something called the Game Changer Movement, inspired by the shootings at Sandy Hook, and they affected me deeply into a place where I was questioning a whole bunch of things, including whether or not I wanted to send my kids back to school the following Monday after that all happened. Um, and so it took a while, once I got through the idea of, yeah, I'm going to send them back to school and all that kind of stuff. The next question that entered my heart was like, what's my response? Like I consider myself a relatively caring and aware and present person, and for some reason I was weighed down by about a month and a half of sadness around this, and I realized it wasn't just me that was going through this. There were a whole bunch of parents that were feeling sort of powerless and more disconnected than ever from their kids. So I had this vision where I basically went into a deep meditation, and what I saw in that meditation was just kids lining up for uplifting events that I was going to help curate, and they were carrying nothing but a violent video game as their ticket price. And I was really inspired by that image that I saw, while I was meditating. And so then the next day I went into meditation, and I saw an image of the AIDS quilt, which was, it was the answer to the question, like, well, what do we do with these CDs or the games once we get them? And the answer was, let's smash them into pieces and make art out of them. So that's how the Game Changer movement was born, is to just show the world what transformation looks like when we take violence and smash it into pieces and turn it into art. So the Game Changer movement is going to have so many different facets, and coming soon will be a challenge to challenge parents like you and me to spend 2 more quality hours a week with each of their kids. And the feeling is that when we do this, the kids will lessen their grip on the violent video games that, in essence, we've helped them get addicted to. I mean, I wanted to be a productive provider, so I'm sure there were times where I wanted my kids to distract me way less than they were, and I would have loved to have sent them to a video game console or somewhere else, rather than disturbing me from making the money I thought they wanted me to make. It turns out what they really want from their daddy is their daddy.
Right.
um,
Do,
and so
doing what doesn't cost money, going out and
right.
throwing a ball around, or just sitting and playing a game with you.
hmm
Hmm.
Yeah, so I mean, I think that's the whole point, is that the Game Changer movement is about so much more than just violent video games. I think violent video games is the tangible, kind of piece right now that, we're going to show the world what a good start is. We want to get a million violent video games out of, kids' hands and transformed into art and signs. We're actually going to make signs with a company called Priority One Signs, and we're going to make them out of repurposed violent video games, for the corporate partners that sign on to support this. So, I mean, there's a lot of beautiful movement in it, um, But the true outcomes that I'm after, above and beyond getting a million violent video games traded in by the youth that we want to inspire, to a different pathway, is we want parents to get their kids back, and we want kids to get their parents back, and that's really, if you read or listen to Simon Sinek at all, like, when you find your why, it makes all the difference in the world. So I'm just really excited that I found my why. I found the why of the Game Changer movement, and and I want to be responsible for a movement that helps parents get their kids back and kids get their parents back. And just my word of my life is connection. And so that's who I know I am. That's who I know I get to be, to the world. And there's no more important connection these days, or any days, besides the connection between a parent and a child. So that's the nutshell of it all. And of course, it's on to so many different kind of, the wheel is going to have so many spokes and so many different ways of manifesting. And I'm really excited about it all. And being part of the Modern Dad Council is a huge part of that celebration.
Well, that's what's so neat about having you on the show. I'm so grateful for you agreeing to be a part of this, because we have so many awesome dads a part of this council that have such unique perspectives and unique talents that they're taking to the world to make a positive impact and to really help, the dads that are out there, not necessarily just dads, but our goal is to help the dads. This is a man's movement, right? We're out there trying to help dads and empower them with ways to show up to their kids' lives as, not this stereotypical father that, is the, as you were hinting on earlier, the provider and the disciplinary. We have other roles that we can, bring to the household and to our kids' lives with these awesome perspectives. And so,
Mm-hmm.
I thank you for everything that you do to contribute to the Modern Dad Council, and I thank you for being a part of it.
Well, thank you for inviting me on. It was just great that Jay brought up the opportunity, and that it just became such an uplifting part of my week. So thank you.
Awesome. Well, thanks a lot. And then